Unlike other snakes, it does not sting. Unlike the fierce killers of the jungle, it does not rip its prey apart. Instead, the African rock python uses something far more terrifying. It squeezes. With every strike, its body becomes a living weapon, coiling, tightening, layer upon layer of pure muscle wrapping around its prey. Every breath the victim takes is its last mistake, because with each exhale, the pressure increases, relentless, unforgiving, until the body simply shuts down. And then, when the struggle is over, it does something almost unimaginable. It swallows its prey whole. Welcome back to Venomous Bites. In today's video, we're diving into the world of the African rock python, Africa's largest and most powerful snake. A silent predator that kills without venom, but with unstoppable force. When it comes to raw size and power, few snakes on this planet can rival the African rock python. This is not just another snake hiding in the grass. This is Africa's largest serpent, a true giant of the wild, growing commonly between 10 to 16 feet long, and in rare cases stretching beyond 18 feet. Its body is built like a living engine of muscle. Thick, heavy, unbelievably powerful. Every inch of this snake is designed for one purpose: to overpower. But what makes it even more dangerous is where it lives. From dense forests to open savannas to the edges of rivers and swamps, the African rock python thrives across much of sub-Saharan Africa. It doesn't depend on one environment. It adapts. And wherever it goes, it becomes one of the most dominant predators in the ecosystem. Because in these lands, anything that comes too close can become prey. In the wild, speed isn't everything. For the African rock python, patience is the real weapon. This snake doesn't chase its prey across the savanna. It doesn't waste energy in long pursuits. Instead, it waits, hidden beneath dry grass, coiled among rocks, or completely submerged at the edge of dark, silent waters. It becomes invisible. Its patterned skin breaks up its outline, blending perfectly into the African landscape. You could walk right past it and never even know it was there. But while it lies motionless, it is constantly watching, sensing, tracking, using its flicking tongue to read chemical trails in the air and heat-sensitive pits to detect the body warmth of nearby animals. Even in total darkness, nothing escapes its awareness. And then, the moment comes. A careless step, a drink at the water's edge, a brief lapse in attention. That's all it takes. In a fraction of a second, the python explodes into motion. A lightning-fast strike, precise, controlled, inescapable. Because for this predator, the hunt is decided long before the attack begins. The attack is over in seconds. But what happens next is far more terrifying. The African rock python doesn't rely on venom. It doesn't wait for poison to take effect. It becomes the weapon. The moment it strikes, its jaws lock onto the prey with rows of sharp, backward curving teeth. And then, the coils wrap around. Unlike other snakes, it does not sting. Unlike the fierce killers of the jungle, it does not rip its prey apart. Instead, the African rock python uses something far more terrifying. It squeezes. With every movement, its body tightens, layer upon layer of coiled muscle wrapping around its victim. Every breath the prey takes is its last mistake, because with each exhale the pressure increases, relentless, unforgiving, until the body simply shuts down. The heart can no longer beat, blood stops flowing, and in complete silence, the struggle ends. And then, when there is no more movement, no more resistance, it begins the final act. It swallows its prey whole. For most predators, size limits what they can hunt. But for the African rock python, those limits barely exist. This is not a snake that survives on small prey alone. It hunts animals that seem impossibly large for a reptile, from birds and rodents to monkeys swinging through the trees, and even antelope weighing more than itself. Yes, this python can take down prey larger than its own body. Warthogs, young deer, and in some rare, astonishing encounters, even crocodiles, powerful, armored predators, turned into prey. And once the kill is complete, the impossible begins. Its jaws, connected by flexible ligaments, start to stretch, wider and wider, slowly engulfing the lifeless body. This process can take hours, sometimes even longer. But the python is in no hurry, because once it feeds, it may not need to hunt again. For weeks, or even months, its metabolism slows. Its body focuses entirely on digestion, breaking down bone, flesh, and organs into pure energy. In that time, it becomes almost motionless, hidden once again, silent, waiting for the next opportunity. Despite its terrifying power, the African rock python is not a mindless killer. It does not hunt humans. It does not seek conflict. In fact, most of the time, it avoids us. But like any wild predator, when threatened, cornered, or provoked, it will defend itself. And when a snake of this size fights back, the results can be devastating. Its bite alone, lined with sharp, curved teeth, can cause serious injury, and its strength is something no human can match. Still, encounters with humans are extremely rare, because deep down, this giant prefers silence over confrontation. It chooses to remain hidden, to strike only when necessary, and to disappear without a trace. A true predator of the wild, not driven by fear, but by survival. As a matter of fact, the African rock python is one of the most dominant constrictors in Africa's ecosystems. Built entirely on strength and precision, it survives without venom, relying instead on control, pressure, and perfect timing to bring down its prey. It is a species shaped by survival, adapted to forests, savannas, and wetlands, where every encounter is decided by instinct rather than aggression. And in the end, it remains exactly what it has always been in the wild, a quiet presence, doing what it has done for millions of years, surviving at the top of its world. Don't forget to like and share the video. Subscribe us for more information on snakes.